Welcome back to my kitchen, everybody. I'm CrankyKric, and tonight I'm making empanadas. I am so honored that so many of you are in the chat right now. I'm so honored. And Dopescope is watching from their phone and their TV, and I'm a little nervous because it's an OLED and I'm streaming at 720 dope, so it's going to be kind of weird. I'm so happy to be back in the kitchen with you guys. I know that it's like been a few minutes since I've been here, maybe a few months or like a whole month since I have been here in the kitchen. So we're gonna do an extra special stream where I like go all the way out, but I'm not like incredibly prepared with a recipe tonight, so I'm actually gonna use recipes. One is for a pie dough, which is the only recipe I ever use for pie dough. I use it for literally everything. It's perfect every single time. And I picked kind of like a recipe for a black bean empanada for tonight because I heard people talking that there was beef empanadas and chicken empanadas and cheese empanadas. So I figured something kind of new and fun to learn tonight would be black bean empanadas. And then we're gonna make a chimichurri sauce to top it all off, which is so delicious. It's like the most delicious thing I've ever eaten is chimichurri sauce. I know that once upon a time I saw Bibu make a chimichurri sauce for charity, and I don't make it quite as nicely as they do. They picked off every single leaf like one by one and put it in there. I just like chop all the shit in a blender. I just like shove it all in there and like put it in a blender. But I'm really excited to make dinner with you tonight, and I want to start by showing you like the best things ever. Hungry now? Nah, it looks dope. I just realized that I didn't actually do something. As per the usual, I didn't actually do something that I needed to do. So maybe this is the button? I kind of highly doubt that that's the button. I probably should have checked. All right, right off top, BRB. Nailed it. You guys saw all of that. So it didn't matter anyways. Oh well, those are my camera settings. Now you know. Lurk while you work. It's good to have Pippi in here. Man, the best moderators in the whole world. Also, I see Sweet Pancakes is out there. Dopescope and Pippi in here right away to help moderate this chat. Can I just like hear it from my Pippi and my Dope? Can we get like a little bit of a emote party for the best mods in the entire world? I'm so excited to show you all of this. This is what we're making into food tonight, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I don't even know how to describe it. Look at all of these gorgeous colors. Making this kind of food gets me like so excited. We've got shallots and lemons and limes and red peppers and onions. We've got black beans for our empanadas, and we're also gonna put corn in them. So the base is corn, beans, and red peppers, and then you just like season it with the most delicious things in the whole world. And then for the chimichurri, it's a lot of like cilantro and parsley. And I found this great little like shop, because I don't know if you guys have been to the grocery store recently, but like honestly it's so expensive to buy even herbs, and I found these for like 80 cents each, which felt like a real deal, chat. So we've got fresh parsley and fresh cilantro, and then we'll have red wine vinegar for that as well. Some tomato paste that's gonna go into our empanadas, oregano and cumin for seasoning. The oregano is for the chimichurri. The cumin is for the filling with the black beans, and there's also smoked paprika in that. Also, can we talk about how cute this smoked paprika is from Trader Joe's? It is so stinking cute, chat. Like I got really excited, got really excited to buy it just because of how pretty it was. Oh, thanks Thanks for that really nice emote party for the mods, Bee-Boo. Thank you so much. So I think the best thing to do is kind of like get started, and we're actually just gonna like make dinner together. And I'm excited to hear about what you ate tonight. As always, I want to start off by knowing what everybody's having for dinner. On the West Coast, you may not have eaten yet because it's 4:17, but I'd love to know what you're gonna have for dinner. And if you're joining us from anywhere else in the country or in the world, I want to hear about all of it, chat. I want to hear about everything. Where should we start? I think we have to make pie dough first, because pie dough is what we're gonna make our empanadas out of, the outside of our empanadas. Some people I read on the internet use like a puffed pastry, which sounds really super delicious and simple, but this pie dough is really, really simple, and I really wanted to share it with you. So I'm gonna get some of my ingredients out of the way. Which part is just okay, Bee-Boo? Which thing did you use that's just okay? Is it the smoked paprika? I'm just grabbing some butter and some for like 3 to 5 minutes whenever you want one. So I'm gonna make extra so that Brunjay and I can eat them all week. Of course, my 8th is gone, so we're gonna do this with our heart, and we're just gonna measure. What's up, Kui? Look at, what are you scared about right now, Kui? Actually, the idea for empanadas tonight came from chatting with Quivan earlier. So everybody go follow Quivan for the recommendation. What a great recommendation, Quivan. You're so smart, Quivan. I know a lot of people like get really pretentious about their crusts and their like how you can make a pie dough. This one's so easy. I'm just gonna freeze my butter for the amount of time it takes me to like measure out the rest of the ingredients, and then throw it in the fridge for like 15 minutes. And I promise you, it's still gonna be buttery. It's still gonna be flaky. It's still gonna be amazing. All right, but it says we need 8 tablespoons of unsalted cold butter. And this doesn't have like a measurement on this. Uh-oh, chat. Oh, I know what we're gonna do. I have a scale, and we'll just do it by grams. We'll make it super precise, which is what you have to do when you're baking in general. I think baking is a little bit more specific than everything else I'm gonna do tonight. So 1 tablespoon is 14 grams, and I need 8 tablespoons. So who's with me, chat? Who's coming with me on this math journey right now? Okay, here we go. We're gonna hit tear on that, and then I'm just gonna slice up my butter 14 at a time, and we'll just count up. You know, we'll just count up. That's 11. That's 16. I'm gonna go up to 28 for my first little scoop. 29, pretty close. I think I need a bigger bowl. Wasn't really ready for this. So that's 2. Tearing it again because I put down a bigger bowl. That's 2. What's 28 plus 28, chat? Somebody help a girl out. It's 56, in case you're wondering. So that will be 4. And I think we'll do it 56 at a time, because we can just double that. That's 50. Do you think that makes it to 6? We're at 54. 54. 55. I bet you it was just like half this block of butter, honestly, because it's like half a cup. Oh, too much. 59. 55. 56, yay! So I'm just gonna hit tear again, and then we'll go up to 56 again, and that should be 8, right? Oh my gosh, by Butterfly, you are so good at math. You thought of that really quickly. What's everybody having for dinner tonight? Well, let me know. We could have done the math. We could have gone up to 112. But I just felt like I wanted to tear again and go up to 56. I am purposely putting this in chunks like this. This has to be for 2. This is a lot of butter. In chunks like this because I want them to freeze and be easier to grind up. Whoa! Did you guys see that? Did you see it? Oh, well, I just tried to pick up the scale, but I removed the butter because I was gonna like show you how perfect it was, but it's not gonna work if the butter's not on there. And it doesn't work if it's not on a flat surface, apparently, because that says it's the wrong thing. We're just gonna assume that this is enough butter, and I'm gonna put it in the freezer while I measure out the rest of my ingredients. The other thing that I have to do is have a couple tablespoons of cold water. So I'm also just gonna fill up this like little ramekin that I got, which is like one of the favorite things in the kitchen because I love teeny tiny things. I'm gonna fill it up with like a little bit of water and just put it in the freezer. I need 2 to 3 tablespoons to make the dough come together, so we'll just put it in the freezer, you know? And then it'll be cold by the time we're done grinding up all this butter and doing everything else we need to do. All right, and we're done. That looks like it was essentially half a cup of butter that we put in there. 8 tablespoons of unsalted cold butter. That's what we were looking for. The next thing we're going to need is 1 1/4 cup of, wow, I think this is really only for one dough because 1 1/4 cup of dough, of flour, seems like not enough flour to make enough empanadas. We'll have to see when we're done here, chat. Dope Scope, what are you guys having for dinner tonight? I'm just gonna use my 1/4 cup. Loopy, what are you guys having for dinner tonight, Loopy? I did see sweet pancakes in here too. It's a party, it's a party. All right, into the blender. This is how you make really easy pie dough. I make all of my doughs in blenders. It makes life way easier. You don't have to work out any gluten, any problems. How many scoops? Exclamation point scoop. We need 5 scoops. That's 1 scoop. This is 2 scoops. Coming up on 3 scoops. Oh, maybe it'll be really helpful that I keep my flour in the refrigerator because it's kind of cold. 4 scoops. 5 scoops. That's 1 1/4, right? Looks like 1 1/4 to me, chat. And then we need 1/8 of a tablespoon of our baking powder. I don't have 1/8, so I'm gonna guess with my 1/4, just try to do half. And it's never a good idea to like guess while you're baking, but well, seems like enough. So that's good. Add this over here. And I think we should add a little bit of salt too. Salt helps with everything. A little bit of salt. Oh, you know what? Do I have my salt out? Look how savvy I am, chat. This is how I measure salt. That looks like enough. Is there anybody out there who's like watching their sodium intake? Because I feel for you. I just like to salt everything. Oh no, the scoop didn't work, Bee-Boo. You know, this is what happens when you go away from the stream. Everything goes a little bit crazy. I am just gonna pulse this together. A little bit. And I know that didn't give our butter much time, but it's okay. It's still gonna be delicious. The pie dough will still be buttery. It will still be flaky. Regardless of what the internet tells you about dough, it is still gonna work. It's still gonna be delicious pie dough. I absolutely promise you that. Salt and sugar are in your blood. Honestly, they really are. Oh, you use shortening for your pie crust. I mean, that probably helps. I know some people put vodka in there too, because it's like the way that it steams up and evaporates and comes out. Instead of using water, they might use like vodka, because it will evaporate and it'll make it like flakier and better. But mine is butter, and even more, it's vegan butter. It's cold vegan butter. All I did was like shove it in the freezer for a few seconds. And now I'm just gonna pulse this till it comes together. And honestly, at this stage of it, it should look exactly the same, right? Like when I open this, it should just look like this. It just looks like flour, like crumbly flour. It's not much different than that at all, but all of that batter has been kind of like cut up and is incorporated in there. I like to do it this way because I actually think it stops the ingredients from getting warm. When I use my hands, the ingredients get really warm, and one thing that is true that the internet makes seem really pretentious, but you do have to have like a cold dough to make a flaky pie crust. So I do it in my Ninja blender because it works better for me this way. It's super easy though. Flour, butter, salt, baking powder, and then all we have to do is add 2 tablespoons of cold water, and then we'll kind of see if it comes together from there. We might add a little teeny tiny bit more. This water has only been in the freezer for a few seconds. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy, chat. We're not getting crazy in here. Start with 2 tablespoons and we'll see how it comes together. I really just want it to look kind of crumbly. Like it's just a little crumbly. It's getting there. Let's check every step of the way. It's getting a little crumblier. You can tell that like on the sides, it's actually gotten a little bit stickier. I think we could add another tablespoon of water, and then it will come together into a dough ball when we pulse it the next time. So 3 tablespoons seems to be the lucky number here. That was the lucky shake right there. It came together perfectly into a nice, soft dough ball. All of the gluten has worked. Look at that. Easiest pie crust in the whole freaking world. It's still kind of cold, and we're just gonna take it out, smash it together, and throw it in the fridge. Vegan pie dough, check. We've already made one of our things, chat. We're so quick, chat. All I'm doing is folding it together, and then I'm gonna kind of shape it into a round so that when I roll it out, it rolls out a little bit easier. And then I'm gonna cover it in plastic wrap, pop it in the fridge while we make the filling for our empanadas. This is so fun. Made at home. I really don't think that's gonna be enough dough. Oh geez. There's a whole mess in here, chat. Enough dough for us to make all of the empanadas that we're making tonight. So should we just round 2, chat? You use ice water to help calm back the temp. We need it. We need it, sweet pancakes. We've got all the good tips in here. Man, one of my dreams in life is to like bake with sweet pancakes. Might be like an actual. I also put in freezer the disc right before I fry them. That's smart. I'm not frying mine tonight. I'm baking mine. Thanks for reminding me. We're gonna do ours at 425 in the oven. Pop that away. I think here's what we need to do, chat. I think we need to use the rest of our butter and make one more dough. One more disc of dough, because that's not gonna be enough. We need more. We'll measure it out and make sure it's 112 before we keep going. Before we move on. Sweets, what are you guys having for dinner tonight? Does everyone else make like fun noises to make their kitchen seem more interesting than it actually is? Okay, we're looking for 112, which I think is all of this, but just in case, I'm gonna just cut it up a little bit. And also that will make it easier for the blender to cut it down and put it in. Temperature problems with dough. Have you ever seen a dough come together so quickly? Also, by the way, if you don't want to wait for that dough to chill, you can literally roll it out and cook it right away, and it won't really be a huge problem. That's 111, chat, so there's going to be a teeny tiny bit left over of this butter, which maybe we'll use it to make our empanadas. Maybe we'll just use up the whole thing. Throw this into the freezer while I wait. And we'll get some more water going in the freezer as well, so that we can have cold water when we make up our dough. 1 1/4 cups of flour going back in. I can go on vacay and come cook in Cranky's kitchen. Don't, Sweets, hold on. I just got really flustered. Sweets, don't make promises you can't keep, all right? Actually, nowhere in there does it say that that's a promise, but I'm very into this idea. There's lots of cool things to do in Southern California. This is scoop number 3. This is gonna be scoop number 4. We need 1 more because we do 1 1/4. A little bit of salt, a little bit of baking soda. Although, Sweets, I did want to run by you this idea. I have for slug races next year. I would like to come up and be in ESPN. Dopescope cleared the chat. Non-moderator viewing. Dopescope, what are you doing? What just happened, Dopescope? Whatever you're doing, don't do it. Girls trip, let's go. I don't know what's happening. Dope, did you just block everybody? Really confused. Anyways, I want to do an ESPN style broadcast of the slug race next year, where it's like, live from the slug race, I'm CrankyKric here with the Squad. You know, like I have it all planned out in my head. And we'll get like a couple of cameras and moderators, and we'll check in with the contestants before they go, and we'll make it like this really epic thing. Yeah, I'm a little afraid too, Quaban. People are dropping like flies because I don't know what's going on. Thank you. I have invited myself up there to be a part of the slug races. I actually like missed them this year. I had to get the preview going after the fact. Okay, we're gonna grab this butter out of the freezer. Really, truly, all it does is stop it from becoming room temperature, and that's all we really need. That's all we really need. Hey, maybe if I bring this up here, you guys can actually see what's going on here. Butter has gone in. We're gonna get it kind of crumbly. Oh no. Don't. break, blender. We have lots of work to do with our blender. Only takes a few seconds. Dope scope. I love that you were just executing your moderator powers, like really taking advantage of them. I loved it. You were like, I am the moderator in this chat, and you know who's in charge? Me. It was fun. It was kind of fun to see what was happening there, Dope Scope. Also, I can just imagine sort of the like panic on your face while that was happening, and it was probably like super adorable. So I'm glad you had fun moderating, Dope Scope. We got to keep it crazy in here. We can never let them know our next move. I'm going to go with 3 because that's what we figured out last time. 3 was the magic number. And we made it a little bit faster this time. Dough. Woo! I'm sorry if that's loud. Panic was extreme, no joke. I know it was. Do you want to know why I know Dope Scope was like freaking out? And oh, what's up? What's up, Taddy? How you doing? Oh, look it, we've got like many friends in here. I didn't even know what was going on right now. Okay, you're gonna have to help me. Ozil MSC. Ozil MSC, let's go! Taddy, I can't believe this is the first time you've ever been in my chat, but I can believe it because I think that we stream at the same time most of the time. So I'm so excited to have you in here. I've got Taddy in the chat right now. Thanks for the raid. Who raided me? I don't have any. It didn't tell me. I don't know what happened. I'm recovering from a creepy visage stream. Ooh, I got cozy. We're making empanadas, and it's very cozy. Right now, we just made like the easiest dough in the whole world. We've got 2 of them going. We had to make a second batch. Brazil, huh? Well, welcome. Bienvenido. Bienvenido. Yeah, it's all good though. Nice to have you, so I could give you my peeps when I can. Yeah, I love it, Taddy. Taddy, actually, one of the most impressive things about that stream with Loopy's like 24-hour stream is that Taddy did it with like no recognition at all, right? Taddy was just like in there the entire time, barely took a break, had to like get up and walk like every once in a while, but like it was all like, oh, good job, Loopy, and it was like, wait a second, Taddy also did this. It was like incredible. Brave today and always, Taddy. Are you not like a scary streamer? You're not into that? Yeah, Pippi gets it. We love the emotes, Pippi. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna put it in the fridge. We only need to cool, like, the internet would say that you have to cool this for like, I don't know, hours, like 2 hours. I'm not gonna do that. If I wanted to use it right now, it would still be delicious pie dough. Sure, it might be like a teeny tiny bit flakier if you save the dough. But I'm not crazy about my doughs, y'all. If you're crazy about your doughs, go look up the vodka trick. Go look up the tricks about kind of keeping it cold and how long you should cool it if you're gonna be crazy about your dough. Otherwise, the dough that I just made, super breezy. You can use it absolutely right away if you want to. No problems. I do need to wash this out because we're gonna use it way later in our stream. That's the sound of our oven being preheated, and it's way ahead of schedule. We're just extra prepared, chat. We're just extra prepared. All right, we don't need this anymore. Oh, I should probably clean it off though. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. I think I would also, I have never like subjected myself to playing a lot of scary games. I have subjected myself to watching a lot of Phasmo on the Susquad channels because they're like very, you know, for charity, which is you're the Susquad. But I have never subjected myself to that, and I'm like kind of I don't think I could do it. I'm kind of jealous of how brave you are for doing that, because I don't think I could have done it. Okay, what's next? We have our dough for our empanadas. So what we need to do is make the filling for the empanadas, which is gonna be black beans, red pepper, onion, garlic, cumin, salt, pepper, like just the most delicious things. Yum, yum. Thanks for those yum emotes, y'all. If you've got them, flaunt them, you know. All right, so I think I need to start with cooking down the red pepper and the onion. So we've got a medium-sized onion and a red pepper. I'll put the black beans in later. Maybe while we're cutting stuff up, we'll do shallots and garlic and our jalapeno for later. We're gonna use this jalapeno for a chimichurri when everything is baking, but we could probably cut it up now just to save us a little bit of time, chat. A little bit of time. Red peppers are one of my favorite foods in the whole universe. Please tell me what your favorite vegetable is, chat. I need to know. Oh, I wish I hadn't done that. That's not the way that I cut red peppers usually. I just got so excited. Oof, but the smell of this red pepper is great. I have this little paring knife, and I'm just gonna cut out the guts here. Check. Favorite vegetables. That's what I want to hear about, chat. Favorite vegetables. Ooh, getting rid of some of these seeds. Corn is too, wait, Taddy and Dope, did you guys know? Did you guys have any idea that you were best friends, Taddy and Dope? You guys have the same vegetable preference, so you must be best friends. And then Taddy is the sus squad, and Dope Scope is the caw crew, so it's a natural fit to begin with, you know? That bird does describe my feelings about red peppers, though. Corn is king. Yeah, you are now. It's just a natural fit, you know? It's just a natural fit. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful to have so many good members of the sus squad in here. I've got Bee-Boo, I've got Sweet Pancakes, I've got Loopy, I've got Taddy. I feel so supported by the sus squad. Oh geez, technical difficulties always. There always has to be this way. It does appear that Taddy survived Sweet Pancakes, and we're all here to show Taddy a cozy time. A real cozy time. What are you gonna do to celebrate, Taddy? You should celebrate your little victory over the scary game. Was it because you were raising money for, I don't know, a really great charitable cause, and because you made so much money you had to play a scary game? Is that what was happening today? Because I would love to talk about the Sus Squad charity in here. First of all, they smoked past their goal of $5,100 this year. They're headed to the $6,000 range. And I got mad support and love for them. So if you're feeling like you could lose a cup of coffee this week, or you could just afford a little extra, go over, hang out with my friends over at the Sus Squad. Help them change kids' health. They're raising it for such a good cause too. It's just like really noble. You guys are just like really noble, just so you know. Dope Scope. Remember, you guys, do you remember when Dope Scope broke my chat? Dope Scope wants to give up their moderating power to buy Butterfly, I think is what happened. Just kidding, Dope Scope. I will never let you go. You're stuck with me forever, just so you know. Red pepper, halfway there. This recipe on the internet said it would supposedly make 18 of these, which I don't really actually think that I need 18 empanadas. But what's really great about empanadas is you just throw them in the freezer. When you're ready for them, you can pop them in the microwave for 3 to 5 minutes, get them nice and hot again, serve them with some sauce. They're gonna be so good. Pippi wants me to hydrate. Does this count, Pippi? That's sort of the vibe I brought in here tonight, Pippi. Actually, I feel like if we ask really nicely, chat, by the time I am done making these empanadas, Pippi could be here, and Pippi could try the empanadas with me. What do you think, chat? Should we try it? Should we try? And you know what? Dope Scope could be here too. They could both be here by the time I'm done. And they're vegan pips. You just saw me use it. Oh my God, thanks for the hydrate, Lavon. Oh my gosh. What's up, Wise Athena? I have missed you. A month went by really fast, y'all. A month went by incredibly quickly. The stream crashed. Is everyone still out there? Or are you saying that because I want you to come over here and eat my foods? I am hydrating with beer that's in a wine glass. Because you can drink beer out of any vessel and it still tastes like beer. So I know people are probably really confused, but if you want to hydrate along with me, oh, I get it, like Wedding Crashers, except we'd be stream crashing. You guys should come stream crash. I think if we ask really nicely, chat, we could get them to come over and stream crash. Why is that so difficult to say? Stream crash, stream crash, stream crash. Try and say it 5 times fast, chat. Tell me if you actually are successful. If anyone is successful at saying stream crash 5 times fast, I'm gonna need to know. Onion, onion, onion. Sweets. Well, have you ever tried to hydrate with beer out of a wine glass? Because I think the chemistry is different when you drink it out of a wine glass, and somehow it becomes more hydrating. Also, it's Coors Light, which is basically 99.9% water and then like 1% hops. So it's pretty hydrating, I think. You know what, y'all? I used to love wine, and I'm not trying to offend any of the wine drinkers out there, but it's too sweet for me now. It's too much sugar. I can't take it. I can't do it. All right, here we go. We got most of our onion cut up for this recipe. Everything always requires like 1 medium onion, but I kind of like can't imagine using a full onion for anything. Does anyone put the full onion in? Look at how much onion that is. It's too much. Also, onions are kind of expensive nowadays, so at least I'll have half of an onion for something else. Okay, wait, from Google. Depending on its style, beer is upwards of 95% water. Pippi, this is why Pippi is Susquad, or is, oh my God, is Susquad. Wow, is Caw-Crew, because Pippi gets me. It's kind of cough with sus forever anyways, but like, I'm just saying. Oh geez, chat. It's all gone to hell over here in the corner. It's fine. I'm glad that that was live on my broadcast. Yes, but alcohol stops your ADH, antidiuretic hormone, so your kidneys make more urine. I learned something new today, sweet pancakes. Nay, never too much onion. I think you can have too much onion. by butterfly. I think it's like a lot of onion. And you hold on to less water. Sweets with the anatomy lessons. Honestly, I'm into it, sweets. Keep them coming. I want those anatomy lessons 5 ever, you know? I want to come in here and I want to feel smarter when I'm done streaming. So this shallot we're also going to use in our chimichurri. We don't need it right off tops. We're going to cut it up anyways, but we could get started with these peppers and onions, which are part of our filling. Sorry for the loudness on the mic. Get out our pan, get that heated up. I also got this like very extravagant bottle of olive oil today. It has like a very special olive oil tip on it, and I bought it at Trader Joe's because I love Trader Joe's more than anything in the whole world. And it's beautiful. Hence, drunk frequent peeing. Oh, that board, this board of beautiful vegetables, Wise Athena. Look at how beautiful they are. Speaking of beautiful, all of the food that Wise Athena submits in the Share Your Food section is beautiful. I mean, like, I want every single meal that you're eating, Wise Athena, and I also think that you eat better than half of the population because all of your food looks so stinking delicious. So can you please, when Sweet Pancakes and By Butterfly come to visit, we also need Wise Athena to come to visit, and then Pippi and Dope can be here, and we'll have Brunjay, and we'll just, the whole squad can come through. I love onions, and you don't think there can be too much. I'm that way with garlic. I feel like garlic, the more garlic you have, the better. Like, let's just make everything full of garlic, and I would be super into it. I love garlic in eggs. I love it on chicken. I love it on pasta. I love it on everything, you know? That's how I feel. The way you feel about onions is the way that I feel about garlic. I think that it also just makes it like almost a little bit spicier if you have too much garlic, and I don't know. I'm into it. I'm super into it. I do want to keep some of these clippings out of here. Okay, so you're saying that garlic is, or sorry, onion is the same way as garlic. I don't know. I never use the whole thing. When they say the full onion, I never use it. But I might someday. Now, you guys might have convinced me. Maybe I've been missing out on a lot of flavor because I haven't been using it. So this is what we need to get started. We need the red pepper, the onion, and garlic. I'm going to use 4 cloves, but maybe a little bit more. Maybe I'll do 6 for this recipe because there's like a lot of ingredients in this. You know what I mean, chat? Tried to do that while the camera was not looking. It didn't work, chat. Per my life. All right, check it out. All I'm gonna do is add some olive oil to my pan over here that's been preheated. Oh my God, obsessed. I'm obsessed with this garlic, or this olive oil from Trader Joe's. It came with this little tip, and it makes cooking with it, makes me feel like I'm doing so much like professional things. I'm way into it. I'm gonna start these red peppers and onions for the filling of our empanadas in this pan. Here we go. Making sure I get all of that onion in there for Sweets and Bibu. It's all in there. Awesome. And now I have some space to cut up some garlic while those are sauteing. I have this on a like medium setting, so I'm right at like 3. Wait, how did Cersei get you a pretty olive oil dispenser? How did Cersei do it? Pippi, I honestly feel like you defended my honor with the hydrating with beer thing, and I can feel it still. I still feel like I've been defended to this moment in time. So thanks for that, Pips. It's really, I don't know what it was about like pouring olive oil out that way, but it made me feel like really like an important, special person in this world. I am discovering maybe like a bad clove of garlic here. Does anyone ever encounter this where like you buy garlic from the store and it's not good? I feel like it's been happening to me more and more often. I'm just taking the flat edge of my knife and taking out like a clove of garlic, and then I just use my palm to push it down. If you don't know how to peel garlic really, really easily, that's like a really good tip. Comes out super easy every single time. Sweet Pancake seems to think that Cersei did not give you that, but that she gave you that. Oh, the herb stripper thing. Never mind. I thought we were still talking about the olive oil. So I'm glad that you brought up that herb stripper, because I remember Bibu, when she made chimichurri, which I am making tonight on the stream, ripping off like every single piece of leaf from the parsley and the cilantro. And I'm going to show you how I make it, and I still think it's kind of tasty, and I don't do that at all. I still think it's kind of tasty. We'll see. I wish I could send you a batch though, so that you could like compare with me and we would be like, oh yeah, no, yours is definitely way worse, Cranky, because you used the whole fucking thing. But we'll see. I'll show you how I do it tonight. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I have to hit allow because it held it. It didn't like it, Bibu. Didn't like what was going on. Sorry, I need to read this conversation about the herb stripper. I want to know if it worked or not. That's really a thoughtful gift, Sweet Pancakes. Like, because you know she's using it, so that's pretty sweet. All right, I'm throwing the garlic in with the red pepper and the onion. And that's all just going to cook down for a little while. And I think that those will be tender in maybe like 6 or 7 minutes. And I like to season everything all the way throughout. Wow, did you miss that? So I'm going to, now that I have kind of my base, I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper at every single stage. So I don't have to add a lot of everything, just a little bit, so that I know that it's going to be super well seasoned when we're done. And if I'm smart, I can use an Our-Place spatula so we can keep this all under wraps over here. When I used the herb stripper last time, I cooked with cilantro. When I do the food processor, I go hard and puree because you can't stand the stick texture. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you have done it this way before. Just go hard with the puree. I'm into it. Okay, kitchen smell, like red onions, y'all, are just like so stinking good. I love them so much. Okay, we need shallot and green, and jalapeno for later. So I think we'll chop up some of that for now. Let me know if you see me cutting things in a fashion that you may know a better way for. You know what I mean? I love kitchen tips and tricks. Honestly, by Butterfly, I want to hear about the way that you make empanadas. I want to know the recipe you use for empanadas. It doesn't like the word stripper. You tried, but it still blocked it. Just so you know. I'm sure it has a real name that's not suggestive. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, just chopping up my shallots really tiny. We're gonna use these. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna toss these in at the end. because I really could have just thrown them in the food processor first for the chimichurri later, but that's okay. I got a little excited, y'all. So I guess I won't cut the jalapeno. Maybe I'll just cut it open because we don't need the whole thing for the chimichurri. Right off tops, we can always add the whole thing if we want it to be spicier, but we don't need it right off tops. Yeah, we were talking about strippers, and I know it's an empanada stream, but like sometimes you just also need to talk about strippers while you're making empanadas. I mean, you guys get it, right? You understand that sometimes you just gotta like drop some stripper combo in there. I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna eat it with all of the seeds. We only need half of it, so I'm just cutting off the top here. And I think I'm gonna throw the rest of it into a bag with this onion, because I'll probably use jalapeno and onion later this week, but I should wash my hands before I touch my eyes or anything else in my kitchen, because I just cut a jalapeno. And when you cut something that's hot like that, it can end up getting in your eyes and hurting you. And my entire job, which may be a canceled job in the future because nobody's working anymore, depends on my eyesight. So I'm gonna be extra careful and wash my hands after touching the jalapeno. If you wanna be extra, extra, extra careful, you can wear gloves while you cut hot peppers. I don't consider a jalapeno a hot pepper. I consider it a mild pepper. I would like to see Herb the stripper. Me too. Please invite Herb the stripper to the chat. Special guest tonight, Herb the stripper. Let's take a look over here and see how we're doing. I think I can probably crank the heat up on this a little bit more, get it working a little bit faster here. But it is definitely cooking down. These are definitely getting tender. Looking pretty stinking good. I'm gonna move my shallot and jalapeno off to the side here. I think I probably need garlic cloves for, let's check, chat. This chimichurri comes from Meat Church, which is something that my husband loves. Yes, he loves a place called Meat Church where the Reverend is called Herb the Stripper. Shallot, jalapeno, cilantro, oregano. Oh, it actually, oh yeah, garlic cloves for sure. So I'm going to pull some of these off for this as well. And then we'll have kind of everything set up here. I'm going to go with 3 because we're going to make a half batch of this Meat Church. I have made the full batch before and it's like a lot. It's a lot. So just breaking them down, chopping them up, breaking them down. Taddy, are you still out there? Are you still out there being cozy with us? How do I make my stream cozier for Taddy? Should I go get some like fuzzy slippers? And maybe one of those like, those hair things that you put your hair up in when they're wet and they're like kind of fuzzy and sometimes they have like a bow on top. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Quee, I really considered making cheese empanadas tonight. I was like, this seems to be Quee's favorite. Quee's brought it up a couple of times. And I thought, wow, wouldn't it be fun because Quee suggested it to make that happen. But other people started talking about cheese empanadas and nobody mentioned black bean. All right, at this point, I think I'm gonna add some like aromatics to this. Some of the flavors that we're going to be using in our inside of our empanadas. So the first one is cumin. Cumin's a pretty obvious one. That's what's in a lot of tacos. I'm just going to spread enough over the top. And be careful not to get it too close to the pan because if it steams, it'll kind of clump up. Then you got to get kind of crazy with it. So I'm just adding enough to like cover the top of my vegetables. And that usually seems like it's enough stuff, honestly. So cumin, and I'm gonna add a little bit of paprika in here as well. Oh, if I can open this paprika. Oh no, life challenge. coming up. This is the spoonful side. I want this side. I'm opening it off screen here because it's kind of challenging to get these like safety lock off of it. And it's honestly not super fun. And I don't want it to go into the cumin. I guess you guys could watch me struggle in this vision. Come in and watch me struggle. Oh, this seems like a good idea. Point the knife towards your hand while it's suspended. Nobody ever do that. That was so dangerous. I don't want to be a bad influence in here. I guess because I haven't had cheese empanadas enough, I mainly eat beef or chicken. Well, after this stream, you might also consider black bean. So I'm just adding a little bit of paprika to my pan. I'm gonna smush it all up. And I was supposed to be following a recipe for this, so maybe I'll check in on the recipe. Pan's getting nice and hot. And see if there's anything else we're supposed to be adding. Okay, this recipe came from Sizzle Yum, Sizzle Yum. This is more of like a recommendation to me because I don't love following. Oh no, it doesn't say on here. This came from Concierge Veg. And they have an easy black bean vegan empanada. It says cumin, paprika. It wanted me to put in cloves. I'm not gonna put any cloves in there. Do you think that that will ruin it, chat? Do you think that will be the end of it? And then we need some fresh cilantro to go in there too. So it might be time to start cutting up some cilantro as well. I'm gonna get a new board because I want to use that board for later when we're making our chimichurri sauce. But I have this great bag of herbs over here. Parsley and cilantro. And I'm gonna chop them and then I'm gonna cut them. Nope, that's not what I'm gonna do. You don't need cloves. Yeah, that's what I agree with. You don't need cloves. Who needs cloves? Nobody needs it. This is honestly all I do when I'm making cilantro. If I have to cut it myself, I'm just chopping it, stems included, down to the part where it gets really stemmy, and then I take that out. Take out the really big stems, and then just finely dice through all of it again. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And we'll be throwing that in sort of at the end because it doesn't need to cook super hard. The next thing we need, Cuban black beans. What do I do with Cuban black beans? Wait, what's the difference, Bee-Boo? What's a Cuban black bean versus an American black bean? Or I think that this can of black beans that I have right now is called Product of Mexico. Okay, here we go. So we've got our can opener. Coming up next. Ooh, the smells in this kitchen right now are insane. Pippi, dope. You have to come stream crash because holy smokes, these are gonna be delicious, I can tell. I'm just gonna open my can of beans here. Wash them off in the sink, through a strainer, and then we're gonna throw these in next in our pot. I'm getting rid of all the bean juice. And I'm rinsing them to get rid of even more of that bean juice. And then once they are rinsed and strained, I just threw them into a strainer. Here they are, chat. In case you're wondering, that's what they look like. And they're gonna go over here, into here. Delicious. We're almost almost there, I feel like. Give this a good stir. I turned it down to low for a second because I think we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of water and some tomato paste, and then we'll be pretty close to the inside fill. Look at how freaking beautiful. Look how freaking beautiful. Welcome to the chat, Electric Pikachu. Good to have you here. We're making bean empanadas tonight, black bean empanadas. Okay, I'm conferring to the recipe again because I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you just like throw some tomato paste in there, a tablespoon of it, some corn, some hot sauce, shove it in there. All right, cool, I'm into it. So a 1/4 cup of water goes in and some tomato paste. This is 1/2 cup. So we'll just fill this halfway. Just a little bit, chat. And I'm gonna open up my tomato paste here. There we go. And I just need a tablespoon of this, which again, I'm just gonna sort of measure with my heart. I don't think it needs to be super specific. It's tomato paste. So probably like that much. So I mean, that seems like a lot, but maybe I'll take it down to about 1/2 of that. Little like that. That seems like the amount that I want to eat. When I put that in there, it made like the biggest splash in the whole world. Kind of amazing. Okay, so I'm spinning this around because I'm assuming that the water in here is to help the tomato paste become more of a sauce. So we're going to give this a really good mix this time. So we don't want any clumps of tomato paste in here. And then I'm going to bring the temperature up, and I'm going to let this whole thing just get kind of like bubbly and ooey and gooey. And this is going to be the filling for our empanadas, which, oh my gosh, if you could smell this. Again, I want to kind of season at every stage. So I'm adding a little bit of black pepper now, and I'm going to add a little bit more salt. And when I say season, I just mean these basic seasonings. Just to make sure you get the right amount all the way throughout. It's kind of like making a soup. So I'm just gonna let that get really hot. Those beans are pretty much ready. That looks so freaking delicious, chat. Look, I know you can see. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat that. It's gonna be so yummy. All right, I'm putting my tomato paste off to the side here. I don't want to forget about my corn. So I'm gonna add my corn in, which is just kind of one of these pull top things. And I'm gonna strain it also with my little hand strainer here. I have lots of different types of strainers in this house. One full can of corn. Oh my gosh, I didn't let it finish straining and now it's all over the place, chat. Good job. One full thing of corn from my little hand strainer going in. We're gonna give this a good stir. Finish it off with that little bit of cilantro when it's done heating up. Holy crap. It smells so good in here. Ooh! I think that all of these most delicious ingredients with some chimichurri are gonna be like pretty stinking delicious, chat. What happened? I saw that Electric Pikachu came in here. So let me back up a little bit. Wait, I don't understand, Bee-Boo. I thought you might be a spicy person, but like, what level of spice can you handle? Just absolutely nothing? Or do you like it a little bit spicy? Do you like hot sauce? Anything like that? Qui made me think, and Marcus reminded me to order pizza empanadas. Oh, at a Puerto Rican restaurant we went to. Had cheese and pepperoni inside. I'm really sorry to tell you this, Bye Butterfly, but that's a calzone. Although they're all sort of the same thing. Like calzones are a little bit bigger, but they just have different toppings in them. You could make a small calzone with pizza toppings in it. And then I love that that restaurant called it a pizza empanada though, because it's clearly a calzone. Anyways, everybody has like a pie dough stuffed thing. And I think calzones is like the Italian, and empanada is like the Mexican, and Samoa is like the Indian. But it's kind of amazing that they called it that. I guess because I haven't had cheese ones, but oh yeah, I read that already. Sorry, Quee. It has cilantro and parsley. Chimichurri has cilantro and parsley in it. Oh, Quavant also called it out for being a calzone. You can have tiny calzones, I think so. Wait, remember the time Loopy thought cloves were bulbs? What does that mean? The dish was vampire lethal for sure. Kenjen is our resident vampire around here. Right now the recipe's pretty similar. Are you adding, oh, you are adding tomato paste, right? Yeah, I am. What's up, Electric Peach 2? Welcome to Say Again. We usually add bacon or salted ham. That's not vegan, but I'm also not vegan, so I'm into that idea. Sounds hot and spicy, which is affect my seizure if I eat it. Well, definitely don't have anything spicy then. You don't have to have, like, this part of the dish over here is not very spicy, right? Like, this is just beans and tomato paste and red peppers and onions and garlic and like the most delicious things that you can put in your mouth. There's some cumin, there's some paprika. It's all very good. Actually, this is done. I'm glad we stopped and turned around. I'm gonna turn that to low, and we're gonna get out our pie dough in a second here and get started. But I just wanted to catch up. Totally a calzone. Cubans are usually more citrus oriented, not spicy. Okay, that's good to know. Learn something new every day. Non-Mexican cuisine does not do well in the Pacific Northwest. Are peppers a veggie, Bibu? Oh no, I forgot about Bibu's aversion to the anti-veggie club. In the anti-veggie club. Okay, I'm gonna put this stuff kind of off to the side here. I'm gonna wash my cilantro in another one of those hand strainers, if I can find it, just a smaller one. I did get this cilantro from an Asian market today, and it was covered in like melting ice cubes. So I'm just gonna be extra careful and wash it pretty well, because that seemed like a bacteria landmine. Or I'll just die. One of those two things will happen, chat. Okay, I just rinsed it off. And as my last dish effort over here, I'm gonna throw it into my mixture with the rest of it. I don't know how much I caught up in here. Just a little bit of cilantro goes in there. There's gonna be plenty of cilantro in the chimichurri, and that's it. That's the full seasoning there. So excited. I'm gonna take a little break here, chat. But when I come back, we're gonna assemble some empanadas. Wait, let me start over for a second there. That seemed like a little extra hype, and we were trying to do like a cozy stream tonight for Taddy, to keep Taddy in here. So when I come back, maybe I'll do it like ASMR style. When I come back, we're gonna be assembling empanadas, throwing them in the oven, and making a great chimichurri sauce. That felt really weird, and I'll probably never do it again. I'll be right back, chat. If you're new to the stream and you don't know this about my breaks, we like to have emote parties. I can see that by Butterfly and Pippi Shots and Tatty Lynn all participated in the emote party. I love that dancing dinosaur emote like more than most people should love anything in their lives. But if you also know anything about this chat, I love emotes. So share all of your best emotes in here. Oh, look at that cute little slug race emote. I wish it was a little bit brighter, but it's super cute. It's super cute. It's Sasquatch colored. I love emotes more than anything. So bring all of your collection of emotes. Throw around the Cockaroo emotes if you've got them. Throw around whoever's emotes you've got, your favorites. Every time I'm on break, we have little emote parties. I should have shown you what I was doing here, chat. Oh, maybe not. Here we go. I'm just sprinkling out a little bit of flour because I'm gonna roll out this dough and I don't want it to stick. While I was away, I cleaned up. As you can see, there's not as much stuff over here. It needs a medal. I can make you a new one with a medal. Honestly, I'm doing it. I'm putting a medal on it. Why didn't we confer with you? I conferred with Bibu and I conferred with Loopy. I don't have any idea why we didn't confer with Sweet Pancakes on the emote. That was not, we need that. We need that in our life. Oh, I don't know where my rolling pin is. Right off the top of my head. Aha. 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 We're gonna roll this out until, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch thick. Whatever that means, until my heart desires. That little disc helps you like get the shape started though, while you're rolling out your pie dough. And I like to pick it up and fold it around when I'm rolling it out. Flip it around when I'm rolling it out, because then it just keeps it from sticking. I can tell that it's not sticking. This is a good dough. It's not really going back on itself very much. Sometimes when you make a dough, it kind of sucks back in as you're rolling it out. And that is not a great sign for us. But we don't seem to have that problem tonight, which is great. It means we made a great dough and it was so easy. Honestly, we made 2 batches of it in just a few minutes. All right. That's feeling pretty thin, chat. Probably just about the, oh my gosh, we almost had another glass breaking incident on the stream. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I just broke glass, if it became my thing on the internet to just break glass? Could you imagine? This is a 4 1/4 inch cutter. That's a pretty good size for an empanada. Let's see how many we can get out of this. I'm cutting it up. Ooh, ooh, this is going really well. I don't want to waste too much space. Maybe we'll start over here for this one. I think we're gonna get maybe 6 out of this. 1, 2, 3, 6. Wow, I can do math. And then we can pull up the rest of this dough, and we're not gonna waste it. We'll just roll it back out. So my dough recipe was good for, my pie recipe was good for maybe 8 empanadas, if you want to make 8 of them, once we roll this bit back out. And I'm going to put this other one back in the freezer for now. And I'm just going to lift each one of these up, make sure they're not getting stuck. I don't want them to get stuck. Wow, this dough is perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, now we just gotta get a pan ready. We've had this oven preheating, and let me tell you, I preheated this oven for way too long, because my God, it's hot in here. I'm like 1 inch away from my oven when I'm cooking, so. Well, if I hadn't won ever in 10 years when you made it. Okay, that's fair. There's good, that was a pretty good first. Oh, you know what? I don't want to use tin foil. Oh, maybe I do. I don't know. Do I want tinfoil or parchment paper? My feeling is that I want parchment paper. I can use this tinfoil to cover my chimichurri later. Cersei's in the house. I never know when to use this stuff either. I think I want the bottom to bake better though, and tinfoil kind of like reduces the heat. So I'm gonna use parchment for this experiment. All right. Oh, I could have showed you what I was doing there, chat. Cersei in the house. Pippi, can I get a shout out for Cersei Dreams, who's just joined us and literally is a dream. Oh, this is kind of a little pan too. I didn't realize I was using such a little pan. We're gonna need a bigger one. Loading them up with my empanada dough here. And from our pot over here, give this one last stir. I think I should try it, right, chat? I don't want to load up a bunch of empanadas with stuff that's not any good. Just in time for one of the bigger parts of the stream, we're stuffing the empanadas. Yeah, I don't think anybody's commands are working here, Pippi. That's so good. Oh my God. That's freaking delicious, chat. Oh my God, I would stuff that in dough any day and eat it. Holy smokes. Okay, well, I just got way more excited about my dinner. This filling is unbelievably good. Pippi, dope. You gotta get over here and stream crash. I don't love the way that that was going though, so I'm gonna use a spoon instead. Just adding a little bit of filling in the middle. Oh, I suppose once I fold them, more empanadas will fit on the sheet, right? I want them to be a little bit more full than that. This is dinner. It's not just an appetizer. Okay, here we go. Now I'm just gonna fold them over and press them down and fold it over. I think this is probably how you do this, but I don't have like a proven method for this at all. So I'm just pressed it all down and now I'm folding it in towards itself. I bet you Bibu could teach us how to do this. It worked from like 1 second and then it was a disaster after that. Fork? You could use a fork. You could absolutely use a fork. I just thought they'd look like a little cuter and more decorative if I did it this way, Quee. And you know how I like to get a little extra about my food and present it all beautifully and stuff. So I'm just pressing it down and then I'm gonna just fold it in towards itself. Definitely doesn't work the way I want it to. Oh, that one was a little thin and it's falling apart a little bit, but it's still gonna be delicious. I swear to you, it will still be delicious. Okay, the first one was the closest I got to making it cute. The other ones are not cute. I don't know what I did on the first one. It was so different. It's okay. But I don't want the ridges. I want to like fold it like a calzone. I want to fold it like a calzone. You know? Each one of these is another failed experiment, and I'm kind of into it. This first one looks so cute. I don't know what I did. Thought I did the same things. Well, this one might be a little full, so we're just gonna stretch it out. Push down our dough around the edges here. There's like a level of concentration, can you tell, chat? That's going into making these empanadas happen right now. The quietness of Cranky's kitchen as she unsuccessfully folds empanadas into irregular shapes. It's okay though, because they're still gonna taste delicious. Little bit of feeding in here. I guess the fastest way would probably be to oh, this one's too thin. It's falling apart, chat. Oh my gosh. I love this. I have made empanadas before, I swear to you, chat. That's just like a lumpy mess. Since I fry them, I stuff them while sitting on the floor so the outside stays dry, powdery? I don't know, that's how I was taught. I love that you fry them. I'm gonna bake them. And then the last thing I kind of do, I'm just gonna put this tray in and then we'll like make another tray while it's in there, is brush them with a little bit of cold water. And cold water will make them kind of golden brown without the excess butter. You don't have to add a bunch of butter to the outside of your doughs, everybody. You can just brush them with a little bit of cold water and they will also turn brown. It's a myth that it has to be butter. Not that we're not gonna melt some, like brush it with a little butter when we're done here. That one is, all right, you know what? Let's just not talk about that. I didn't show you. Here's my little empanadas. I'm gonna put them out, then throw them in the oven to bake. Batch number 1. Oh, I left the water running. I'm so wasteful. My bad, chat. It's okay if you disown me for that. That was pretty wasteful. Okay, Bee-Boo, should we do a batch on tinfoil and a batch on parchment paper and see which one goes better? We may have lost one, but butter is delicious. Welcome to the chat, Shanny Bananigans. Good to see you in here. Can we say hello to our friend Shanny Bananigans, please? Butter is delicious, Shanny Bananigans. All right, I'm just putting this back in a ball. I don't want it to get too dried out. I think I put way too much flour down. Like we needed the teeniest, tiniest dusting. It's making our dough kind of dry. We're doing a science experiment. Definitely realized that one of those was a little too thin. That's the one that Kui is talking about. The one that didn't make the cut. I'm gonna do 8 total here. And we will save this little bit for if we want to make something maybe like decorative later. I don't know, if we're feeling sort of wild. We can make the next batch sort of decorative. All right, I'm gonna go with tinfoil on this sheet. Wait, can you not hear me? Is that what you're saying, Bee-Boo? Actually, I still think it's parchment paper. I'm going back to parchment paper. Cersei, I miss you in general all of the time. I have so much FOMO from the Squad meetup. And I didn't even get to attend most of the meetup because I've been crazy busy at work. Shani Bananigans, what did you have for dinner tonight? Cersei, what did you have for dinner tonight? Electric Pikachu, what did you have for dinner tonight? I took that away because I'm going to roll out the other dough now, and we'll try and make the rest of these empanadas. There's a lot of filling. No, you can hear me, you just missed my voice. That's so sweet, Cersei. Cersei is like the sweetest one of all of them. Of all of the humans, Cersei might be the sweetest. Raise your hand with an emote if you think Cersei is like the sweetest. I know I've been away for a while, but I am trying to make this a Tuesday night regular. You know? I would love to spend Tuesday nights making dinner with y'all because I find it really, really fun to be a part of this community. And after this job, I'll probably never work again because my industry is on fire. So maybe it will be more regular, chat. Oh, this dough is so perfect. It's really, really good dough. Clearly didn't make it as thin this time. Oh shoot. We're going again. Why not? What happened, Cersei? Why couldn't you show how sweet you are when you were surrounded by Bee-Boo and sweet pancakes? Oh, I am doing a poor job of rolling this out right now. I have this really heavy like marble roller, so it makes it easier on me when I'm trying to roll out dough. It's kind of weighted, so it makes it easier. Girls' Day out. What did you do for Girls' Day out? I think I saw some like delicious foods from Girls' Day out. Well, it didn't work out the same way this time, chat. Okie dokie. Two more over. I'm going to add these to the sheet. I'm just lifting them away. Wait, why did Barbie make you sob, sweets? I went to a Barbie party in Hollywood, and honestly, I kind of think that people in Hollywood are maybe aliens? I'm not sure. It kind of like turned me off from the Barbie movie. I was like, ooh, no, this is not for me. I don't know what's happening here. But it was cool. They had everybody out there in like Barbie and Kens, and they had like them Barbies and Kens like serving drinks, and I was not invited to this party. If you guys think I'm cool enough to be invited to that party, that's not what happened. I was working it. All right, so in total, we have about 12 empanadas from this recipe. And I think I'm going to do something with this extra dough. Holly Weird, what's up, Kenjen? What's going on? Welcome to the chat. I wish that the Pippi's powers worked in here so we could give you a shout out, but it really doesn't. No, it's for you. Trust me on this. It's too much for chat. Maybe ask me during stream sometime. Okay, I do want to hear sometime. So I'm gonna bring this back in over here, and maybe we'll just crimp these ones with a fork, because we learned that I do not have the artistic skills to make them the other way. I'm over here just crushing it, chat. I'm doing so good. Can we get a nice warm emote welcome for Kenjen? What did you have for dinner tonight, Kenjen? We are making black bean, corn, red pepper, onion, garlic, cumin, tomato, empanadas. And honestly, I tried this empanada filling and it is delicious. It is so stinking good. We have our first batch cooking, and we still have to make some chimichurri sauce to go along with it. But that doesn't take very long at all, I promise. One little scoop in each one. Oh, I didn't show you any of that. Well, this is what it looks like now, chat. Toast. Toast for dinner. I'm not mad at that. I'm never gonna be mad about eating toast for dinner. Toast is delicious, and sometimes you should eat it for dinner. Ooh, ooh. It might be a saving grace that I'm not frying these tonight, because my dough got a little bit crumbly because I put down too much flour. But that's okay. We're just baking them. It's a lot of love that goes into your bodega food, is what I'm seeing, Kui. There's something like sort of therapeutic about pushing all of these down though. It's kind of nice. I might have put like too much stuffing in there for 4 inches. They could be like a little bit bigger because they are breaking a little bit. But you know what? They're gonna be delicious. Not worried about it. And let me get a fork to kind of make sure that they're really good pushed together. And they won't seep out. That one might seep out. I poked a bunch of holes in it with my fork. I was thinking maybe we should make these like a little bit fancier, and one day that I have made them like a little bit fancier in the past is by adding like a leaf of dough at the top. And I don't know if we're feeling ambitious enough to do it, but we do have some extra dough over here. They're truly not perfect. A lot of them are broken, but it doesn't really matter. We're just making dinner, as long as it ends up in some mouths. I am gonna wait to cook this batch until the other batch comes out. So I'm just gonna throw it in the fridge so that dough doesn't get too crazy hot. I'm looking for something sort of special, chat. This seems like it's aggressive, but maybe we'll try it anyways. I have this little stamper that looks like a flower, and maybe we'll try it, chat. Maybe we will roll this out and do some flower cutouts. Dang, it is a party in here, isn't it, Kenjen? Calling out all the best people in here. Got the whole squad that came through tonight. Okay, I am gonna take my little leaf and I'm gonna cut some things out of this dough and we're gonna put them on this second round of empanadas. And it's probably gonna be so cute. There's like this little plunger on top of this, which I think is what indents the design of the flour. So I'm just pressing down and then I press the plunger and it makes a little indent. So good. These could be really cute. You know what I did forget, chat, and I hope that you'll remind me, is to brush the top of those ones with cold water so they'll turn kind of brown. Oh, what's happening? Dope scope! This is a black bean corn empanada. We made ours vegan with dough, but it's essentially just like a pastry with delicious fillings in it. Usually they're Spanish inspired fillings because it got the name empanada from our Spanish friends. Oh, here. Mine I'm sort of making vegan, but you don't have to make them vegan. A lot of times they're made with beef or chicken or cheese, which would have been great options for all of these. We have 11 minutes on our first batch, so stick around, Kenjen, because we're almost there. We're almost there. Thanks for the sub, Dope Scope. Oh, I ran into something, chat. Okie dokie, here we go. I'm gonna put these weird little flowers on top, and we'll see if they make them look fancier. It's like a weirdly shaped leaf. Oh, I like it. Oh, it's very fancy, chat. I think when you do this, you're supposed to like score the underneath so that they actually stick together, but this is Cranky's kitchen and we just like do whatever we want in here. You know how that goes. When is the next Kenjen stream? We need more, obviously. As we learned from the last time you streamed, we need more. I actually used that leaf to like cover up part of a broken part of an empanada, and I feel like a genius right now. You're gonna stream today? What time are you streaming? Right after this? Are we doing a Kenjen raid? Okay. Kind of funny. Here we go. We'll just organize them like this. 3, 6, 9. Again, there's only 2 of us in this house, but these are really easy. Throw them in the oven, pop them in the microwave for a few minutes. You can eat them frozen. Check out our little empanadas before they go on our journey. Just gotta brush them with water. And that should make them turn out nice and brown when they come out of the oven. Just a little bit of cold water. And they're gonna go on their journey so that we can make our chimichurri sauce that's gonna go along with our first batch here. But the chimichurri doesn't take long at all. There we go. Check into the oven. Why are you shivering? Oh man, the first batch is looking super cute, just so you know. Honestly, I can't put this batch in yet because my oven is a little bit wonky. I just realized cooking really close to the top, and I should have done this in advance, but I did not, and I wonder if we can save it. We can save the day here, chat. I'm gonna put my, oh, you get to see the empanadas half baked here. They're looking real tasty so far. We gotta move the oven shelf. Oh, cuties, time to go back. You guys got about 8 minutes left. But the smell coming from that oven is unbelievable and delicious. Gonna get rid of the rest of this little pie dough here. We can get rid of our rolling pin. We're done with these things. I think we just need a little bit of cleanup, right, chat? Why are you shivering? Turn the heat on, Kenjen. Is that a good suggestion? Turn the heat on? You should live in a place like Southern California where it never gets that cold. See that? See what I did there? I think we agreed, Kui, that this is considered hydrating, right? What's next? We're gonna make some chimichurri. Here we go. That was the dough hook. Great. Ooh, short is a whole lifestyle. Honestly, it's a huge burden to be such a short person. Easiest chimichurri you're ever gonna make. We just gotta make sure that we get the measurements right. Put the blade in there. Great, so I wanna wash that cilantro. I wanna wash the parsley together. Because again, I got these from a really cute market. They were super cheap, but they were just under a bunch of melting ice, which kind of freaked me out. So I'm just gonna make sure they're nice and clean, scrub them good, under some water here. Ooh, and I'm gonna put my other pastries back in the oven, or back in the fridge while they wait to go into the oven. Okay, let's look at the meat church chimichurri that we're about to make. Ahem. You are going to need garlic, shallots, jalapenos, cilantro. Maybe I'll just start throwing it in here because that's all we have to do to make this. It's super stinking breezy. I'm gonna throw a jalapeno, some garlic. I'm gonna add these shallot last because I accidentally chopped up the shallot, but you don't even have to chop up the shallot. Then it says I'm making half a batch of this, so I'm gonna use half of a thing of cilantro. And I'm just gonna take off the ends of this cilantro. So just the really stemmy part. Ooh, making quite the mess. All of this looks like stem to me. Just a little bit of leaf. Then I'm gonna shove this in here. It says that you would use 1 bunch for the first recipe. So we're gonna use half a bunch because we are, oh, I see. It was 2 bunches of cilantro. So this whole thing of cilantro has to go in there. Holy smokes, that's a lot of holy cilantro, Batman. Okay, glad we caught that. Cilantro in, half a bunch of parsley going in. Just cut off the ends again. There's a lot more end on this than on the other one. Throw the parsley into the blender. Check. I put 3 cloves of garlic. I've got half a shallot ready. We need some oregano. I don't know. Okay. I've just got some dried oregano. I'm gonna season it to what my heart thinks it's supposed to be. Oh, you guys wanna see? That seems like enough oregano to me. He's in the upside down. Yeah, seriously, where are you? Okay, here we go. I made a big mess by washing that, and it was getting a little crazy over here. So we have the garlic, the shallot is still here, the jalapeno is in, the cilantro, the parsley, the oregano, And I'm gonna give that all one quick burst before I add in the wet ingredients. It helps when you turn it on, chat. Pretty stinking good. I love this Ninja. It goes so stinking fast. Okay, just like that. Then we need 3/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, and I can use it in my fancy new olive oil. I'm gonna just guess again because I don't have the right things. Yum. Okay, so 3/4 cup seems like quite a lot, and I'm just guesstimating because I don't actually have another 1/4 cup. Oh, this is so fun to pour with. Feels like you can get really fancy with it. Oh, there's more gravity going on here. More gravity. Or you can just be like real chill about it. I'm gonna guess that much because 3/4 cup is for the full thing. So this seems like enough. It's gonna be good. Olive oil, check. 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar coming up. Ooh, the smells in here. This is probably a little bit more than 1/4 cup, so I'm gonna actually lose a little because there was some olive oil in there. And I can always add more back if I need to. Just a splash. Red wine vinegar, check. And then 1 juice of a lemon over here. I've got my lemon. I guess I'll do half because we're making half. This is really what's going to take the empanadas over the top, what's going to make them the most delicious. We got 26 seconds left on those empanadas. Speaking of, I'm going to give this a couple of pulses. Just in time to shut off my timer and check out our empanadas. Ooh, they did turn out paler than I thought they would, but whee, check it out, chat. They're crispy, they're lightweight, they're airy, and they will get a little bit darker as they come out. You can already see that the color sort of changes as they come out. Oh, you can't see that. The color sort of changes as they come out and they cool down a little bit. I'm so excited about our tiny little empanadas. There they are, Kenjen. Little empanadas. This one's like the perfect one. Look at this little golden child over here. Look how beautiful our golden child is, chat. Okay, how are we gonna serve this? I have no idea, and we have no space to put anything anywhere. It's wild in here right now. I'm also gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper into my, just Cranky standing in her kitchen being like, what do I do? What am I supposed to do with this stuff? There's no space left. There we go. Little salt, little pepper into our chimichurri as well. I like the idea of lime, but I'm not gonna mix it up on them. I'm gonna go with the meat church and we'll see how it goes, Bee-Boo. I do have a lime over here in case of an emergency lime situation, which you can get into when you're making Spanish food. We are dangerously close. Oh man. I wish you had seen that pour, chat. Ooh! This is the piece de resistance. I promised you. This is worth it. You can put this sauce on everything, on eggs, on beef, on veggies, on anything, and it's so stinking delicious. Let's try it. Let's try it first. It is a little bit better when it sets up a bit. I'm gonna add just a pinch of salt, spin it around. If you let it cool in your fridge overnight, it will be even tastier. It's hot, it's herby. Oh, it's got like a perfect level of spice for me. That little is what I want when I have spice, and that's what I just got out of that. It's gonna make these veggies seem extra freaking delicious. We are so close to our first bite, so I'm gonna go away for just a minute here, get us set up. Thanks for hanging out. Let's have an emote party while I'm away.